One of the favourites to win this championship, drawn to skate the quick-step first. Marina Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat, representing France, although she was born in Russia.
These compulsory dances have a set pattern, which the skaters all have to do. Both the quick-step and the blues have a pattern that lasts 1/2 of the total ice surface. So in one round of the rink, they will do 2 patterns. This is the beginning of the second. This dance is skated in what is called the Killian hold, side by side. So for a judging point of view, matching legs, deep knee bend, edges, depth of edges, and the strength of those edges used. Specific things that they're looking for. Correct edge-to-edge change from foot to foot. You might be skating first, but this is extremely confident.
Happy French champions, bronze medalists in 1998, winners of the world title in 2000, and going into their Olympic quest as the champions of Europe.
Judges are looking for placement of the feet, making sure that steps are done correctly, that you step from inside edge to inside or outside to inside as each movement requires. There are 2 marks, which takes into account the technique and the quality of the dance, and the other, the timing and the expression.
And Lithuania starts with a 5/8, and they only drop down to the 5/6s, 3 of them. Timing crucial, expression somewhat individual at times. 5/9 from the judge from Israel. Otherwise in unison at 5/8, but a high opening score. Making their entry into their 4th Olympic Games. Lithuanian pair.
First part of this dance, as you see here, Rita actually has quite a different body stance to that of Povilas. Matches very nicely on the second half. With the complete synchronization of the feet and body throughout the entire dance. Very clean.
Good reaction from the crowd for Margarita, Drobiazko and Povilas Vanagas.
Crossover. Not quite as pronounced from Povilas as it was from Rita. So she's just slightly pitched forward in her stance in comparison. Watch the cross over here. Not crossing over as cleanly there from Povilas as it is with Rita, so that should be noted.
Each compulsory dance worth 10% of the total marks. Lithuanian judge came up with a 5-8 for the French. Judge number 1. And only 5-5. And they will be a little disappointed for the technique marks. Higher for the timing and expression, including a 5-7 from the Russian judge. So the order between French and Lithuanian at the moment is as it has been over recent times. This quickstep on ice was invented by Reginald J. Wilkie and Daphne B. Wallace, first performed at the London Westminster Ice Rink in 1938. Now in 2002, here representing Britain are Marika Humphreys and Vitali Baranov. He born in Kharkov in Ukraine. Now husband and wife living in Shotton in England. The required 4 sequences, well completed, and very comfortable together as a couple, as I suppose they should. Made their way to the Olympics via the skate-off really in the Golden Spin, as it was called, in Zagreb. Finished third. There was some debate as to whether they should be allowed to continue to Salt Lake City. They won their case. Married now for 3 years. There's maybe a little bit of a problem there at the start of that movement. Technique first. Four to the low point from Germany. Couple of 4-8s. Competition is with the Americans, really. And they've come in so far behind them in this first of 2 compulsory dances. 4-5 to 3-5s for timing and expression. Here are the bronze medalists from the last World Championships, 3 times the bronze medal winners in Europe. Irina Lobacheva, Ilia Averbukh. Matching neckerchief for him with her dress. Little smile between husband and wife. 7th anniversary coming up next month. It's the one compulsory dance, of course, here. The positions at the end of the compulsory dances tend not to change too much. Seems to me to be a very smooth performance by the couple from Moscow. Technique first, and there better marks than received by the Lithuanians, including from the Lithuanian judge. Judge, of course, should give the mark as he or she sees fit on the performance watched. And 5-8 from Lithuania, dropping down to 5-6 from Switzerland and Poland. And at second place at the moment behind Anissina and Peizerat, the French. World and European champions of 2001, Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio of Italy. They lost their European title in Lausanne to the French, Anissina and Peizerat.
Extra-headed head moves from the Italians. Feet have to remain as is in the textbook, but there is interpretation within the hold, arm moves and head moves. A little more lively in interpretation maybe than the French, but I don't know that it was as clean technique to match feet, leg line, leg height, keep the bodies good and tight.
Technique for the French was 3-5-6s and 5-5-7s and 1-5-8. So 2 5-7s come up here, but also 2 5-4s and 2 5-5s. So on technique, the French have it, but what about on timing and expression? 5-8s, 3 of them is a higher point, but in fact only good enough for 3rd place at the moment. Enter the Canadians, who were 4th in Nagano, and particularly displeased about that position. Complaints with the judges haven't started in this Olympic Games. Shae-Lynn Bourne, Victor Kraatz, is their Quickstep.
The Quickstep is very much suited to their style. very clean and precise. Feet were tight and precise, matched leg lines. Could be a little closer together with each other at times.
Lots of applause from the crowd. 6.55s. Real expression climbed to 5.8 from Germany and 5.8 from Israel. There's a certain amount of variation among the judges. A couple had them third, but the majority position is fourth. So the quick step goes to the French. Interestingly, the Russians ahead of the world champions. Shae-Lynn, Bourne and Victor Kraatz of Canada fourth, then the Lithuanians and then the Israelis.